Thank you very much, Mickey. You know, in the South, there's a joke that there's a church on just about every corner, but inside many of those churches, some of those beautiful artwork you'll ever see in your life in form of the stained glass windows. David Graves is a photographer and visited dozens of these churches all across our state, capturing the stained glass windows there and putting them into a book, Alabama Faith Churches and Stained Glass. And David joins us now in studio with more on that. Great to have you with us once again,
it's
sir.
great to see you again.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So first of all, just tell us what inspired you to capture some of these.
It was a core memory. The church I grew up, the very last church in the book, Pineview Baptist in Thomasville.
Wow.
My dad took us to the church one night, left the lights off, and that light shining across the pews inspired this project. Went and shot 100 churches all over the state, 600 pictures, and then had to narrow it down to 75 churches and 150 pictures for the book.
And you know, I'm sure there's modern, but there's also some old churches where this work was done, I mean, years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And the stories behind that, talk about some that really struck you.
So St. John Episcopal, places like that. Just oldest church in there, I think, was from 1820s.
Wow.
The newest church in the book is 1956 for their windows.
How about that?
It's amazing that the stories that they tell is that people walk in weary, hopeless, and tired, and they leave renewed. And that's the story that these windows tell, no matter denomination, Catholic, Episcopal, Methodist, Baptist. They're all in the book for people to just find their own memory with each window.
You know, and it's one thing too to take pictures of some of the images, but when you look closely at the fine detail and the craftsmanship that it took to make them, you really have a deep appreciation, don't you?
I found myself just standing at the back of each sanctuary and just looking in awe. I think we've lost our sense of awe in a lot of things. And looking at this stained glass and seeing the detail and the artistry about just the glory of the story has been amazing.
I love that, the way you put it. All right, so I was just flipping through some of these, and some of the pictures are just amazing. You're an excellent photographer, by the way.
Thank you.
So what do you hope people get from this?
So my hope is people who love the state of Alabama, that they'll be encouraged to just brag about their state, but mostly that people will share stories of their own faith with other people and talk about times when they were discouraged and they found hope. At the very last story in the book is about, my sister wrote, of the people who came alongside us growing up and who encouraged us in very hard times. That's what I want people to do, and share with other people. That's what makes it amazing.
What a great message. And when you look at these images that y'all are looking at on TV of some of these churches and these stained glass windows, you can almost hear, can't you, some of the worship services, the hymns that were sung and lives that were changed, can't you?
Absolutely. Asbury Methodist there on 119 is one of my favorites to photograph throughout the seasons because of just the backdrop. And there's a write-up in there where they just talk about the saints week after week, generation after generation. You can hear those songs even now.
I love it. All right, so again, this is Alabama Faith Churches and Stained Glass, David Graves. So tell folks where they can get this.
They can get this on Amazon. Also, if they follow me on Instagram at @DavidGraves_, they'll be kept up to date on potential signings and those type of things.
Well, and I imagine those will make it some great gifts as we come up on the holiday season.
We hope so.
David Graves, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Great to see you.
All right.